delight of the week. I think they're marvelous.
They are, aren't they? But of course, just walking inside any theater gives me a thrill.
Well, it's been so lovely, Tony. I hate to have it over.
Oh, is it over? Do I have to go right away?
Not if you don't want to.
I don't.
Would you like a cold drink?
That'd be wonderful.
I'll see what's in the icebox. Want to come along?
I'd follow you to the ends of the earth.
Oh. Just the kitchen is enough.
Why? I like it. You've done it very simply, haven't you?
Yes. We didn't know whether to do Empire or Neo-Gratian.
So you settled for Frigidaire.
Yes. It's so easy to work with. Lucky you're not hungry, Mr. K. An icebox full of cornflakes. That gives you a rough idea of the sycamores.
Of course. Why, they make these bottle openers for singer midgets. I never did like the... I'm so over my coat. Here, no, I'll get it. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry.
I'll take mine in a glass, if you don't mind.
Here you are. A brimming beaker of flat ginger ale.
Anyhow, it's cold.
Now, if you please be seated, I'd like to make a toast.
I am seated.
Miss Sycamore, to you.
Thank you, Mr. Kirby. To you.
You know something?
What?
I wouldn't trade 1 minute of this evening for... all the rice in China.
Really?
Cross my heart.
Is there much rice in China?
Terrific. Didn't you read The Good Earth? Oh, I suppose I ought to go.
Is it very late?
Very. I don't want to go.
I don't want you to.
All right, I won't. When do you get your vacation?
Last 2 weeks in August.
I might take mine then, too.
Really?
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I hadn't thought much about it.
Going away, do you think?
I might not. I like the city in the summertime.
I do, too.
But you always go up to Maine, don't you?
Oh, that's right. I'm sure I would like the city in the summertime. Oh, you know what I mean, Alice. I'd love it if you were here.
Well, it'd be nice if you were here, Tony.
You know what you're saying, don't you?
What?
That you'd rather spend your summer with me than with anybody else?
Was I?
Well, if it's true about the summer, how do you feel about, say, the winter?
Yes, I'd like that, too.
Then there's spring and autumn. You can see your way clear about those, Miss Sycamore. That's the whole year. We haven't forgotten anything, have we?
No.
Is that you, Alice? What time is it? Oh, pardon me, Mr. Kirby. I had no idea. That is, I didn't mean to interrupt anything.
Oh, that's quite all right, Mrs. Sycamore.
No, Mother.
I just came down for a manuscript. And then you can go right ahead. Here we are, the hairdresser's holiday. Well, good night, Tony.
Good night, Mrs. Kirby.
Oh, I think you can call me Penny, don't you? At least, I hope so.
What was that?
It's all right, Tony. That's Father.
Oh. This time of night?
Any time of night. Any time of day.
Darling, you know you're the most beautiful, most lovely, most adorable person in the whole world.
Don't, Tony.
My dear, just because your mother... Oh, all mothers are like that, Alice. And Penny's a darling. You see, everyone's starting to call her Penny.
I don't mean that. Look, Tony, this is something I should have said a long time ago, but I didn't have the courage. I let myself be swept away because... Oh, I loved you so!
Darling!
No, wait. Listen, you're of a different world. A whole different kind of people. Oh, I don't mean money or socially. That's just too silly. But your family and mine, it just wouldn't work, Tony. It just wouldn't work.
All right, have it your way. She can't dance. That's why they pay her all that money, because she can't dance.
Well, I don't call that dancing what she does. Oh, hello. How was the ballet?
It was fine, Essie.
It was wonderful.
Hello there.
Hello?
Now look, what do you people think? Ed and I just saw Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Do you think she can dance, Mr. Kirby?
Why, yes. I always thought so.
Well, what does she do, anyhow? Now look, you're Fred Astaire and I'm Ginger Rogers.
Essie, please!
Oh, but I only want to use him for a moment. Now look, Mr. Kirby.
Essie, you're just as good as Ginger Rogers. We all agree.
You see, Ed?
Yeah. Come on, Essie, we're butting in here.
Oh, but they've been together all evening. Good night, Mr. Kirby. Good night, Alice.
Good night, Mrs. Carmichael.
Good night. Essie, did you ever ask Grandpa about us having that baby?
Oh, yes, he said it was a great idea.
You see, Tony, that's what it would be like.
Well, I don't mind that. Anyhow, we wouldn't be living with your family. It'd be just you and I.
No, it isn't. It's never quite that. Oh, I love them, Tony. I love them deeply. Some people could break away, but I couldn't. I know they do rather strange things, but they're gay and they're fun, and oh, I don't know. There's a kind of nobility about them.
Alice, you talk as though you're the only one who could understand them. That's not true. Why, every family's got curious little quirks. What of it? Why, my father raises orchids at $10,000 a bulb. Is that sensible? My mother believes in spiritualism. That's just as bad as your mother writing plays, isn't it?
Oh, but it goes deeper, Tony. Your mother believes in spiritualism because it's fashionable, and your father raises orchids because he can afford to. My mother writes plays because 8 years ago a typewriter was delivered here by mistake.
Darling, what of it?
And look at Grandpa. 35 years ago, he just quit business one day. He started up to his office in the elevator and came right down again. He just quit. He could have been a rich man, but he said it took too much time. So, for 35 years, he's just collected snakes and gone to circuses and commencements. It never occurs to any of them that we, too, could...
Hello, children.
Good evening, Mr. Vanderhoff.
Hello, Grandpa.
How's the weather? Looks like a fine summer evening.
Yes, it's lovely, Grandpa.
Well, I'm off. Goodbye, Mr. Kirby. I've got a date with the policeman on the corner.
Policeman?
We've got a standing date. 12:30 every night. Known him since he was a little boy. He's really a doctor. But ever since he graduated, he came to me and said he wanted to be a policeman. So I said, you go and be a policeman if that's what you want to be. And that's what he did. How do you like my new hat?
Oh, it's very nice, Mr. Vanderhoff.
Yeah, I like it. The government gave it to me. Goodbye now.
Good evening.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know you folks were in here.
No, Donald.
Reba kind of fancied some candy, and there it is. Y'all don't want any, do you?
No, Donald.
Thanks. Did you have a nice evening?
Yes, Donald.
Was the ballet nice?
Yes, Donald.
Nice dinner?
Yes, Donald.
Nice.
Now do you see what I mean? Could you explain Donald to your father? Could you explain Grandpa? You couldn't, Tony. You couldn't. Oh, I love you, Tony, but I love them too. And it's no use, Tony. Oh, it's no use.
Alice, darling. There's only one thing you said that matters. That makes any sense at all. You love me.
Oh, but Tony, I know so well that.
Darling, don't you think other people have had the same problem? Why, everybody's got a family.
Oh, but not like mine.
Darling, that doesn't matter for people who love each other. Darling, won't you trust me and go on loving me and forget everything else?
Oh, but how can I?
Because nothing can keep us apart. You know that. You must know it.
Of course. I wouldn't want them to change.
They wouldn't have to change. They're charming, lovable people, just as they are. Everything's going to work out.
Oh,
You're worrying about something that may never come up.
oh, Tony, am I?
All that matters right now is that we love each other. That's so, isn't it?
Yes.
Well then.
Oh, Tony, Tony.
Now then, I'd like to see a little gaiety around here. Young gentlemen calling and getting engaged and everything.
What do I say?
Well, first you thank the young man for getting engaged to you.
Thank you, Mr. Kirby, for getting engaged to me.
Then you tell him what it was him that first took your girlish heart.
The back of your head.
Huh?
Uh-huh. It wasn't your charm and it wasn't your money. Why, it was the back of your head. I just liked it.
What happened when I turned around?
Oh, I got used to it after a while.
Oh, think of it, Alice. We're pretty lucky, aren't we?
I know that I am. Oh, I'm the luckiest girl in the world.
I'm not exactly unlucky myself. Oh dear. I guess I ought to. Good night, darling. Until tomorrow.
Didn't I?
Isn't it wonderful we work in the same office? Otherwise, I'd be hanging around here all day.
Won't it be funny in the office tomorrow? Seeing each other and going on as though nothing had happened.
Thank God I'm vice president. I can dictate to you all day. Oh. Dear Miss Sycamore, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Darling, you're such a fool.
Say, why don't you meet me in the drugstore in the morning before you go up to the office? I'll have millions of things to say to you.
All right.
And then lunch and dinner tomorrow night?
Oh, Tony, what will people say?
Well, it's gotta come out sometime. In fact, if you know good house talk, I like to do a little shouting. Whippy! Hey world, she loves me!
Yes, sir, Mrs. Vina. We did a good night's work.
That's what. 500 Black Panthers, 300 willow trees, and 8 dozen junior kitty bombers.
Pretty good. Why, hello, Alice. You just come in?
No. No, I've been home quite a while, Father.
Have a nice evening.
Yes. Oh, Father, I had a beautiful evening.
You can take a look at this new red fire. We turn out the lights, Mrs. Vina. I want Alice to get the full effect. There. What do you think of it? Isn't it beautiful?
Yes. Oh, Father, everything's beautiful. It's the most beautiful